So what I wanted to quickly show you, many of you probably already have a way of organizing your student contact or even parent contact at this time. I thought it might be helpful for some of you to do it on Google Forms. It's quick and easy, and it can put it into a sheet for you. And so you can just put the date. So let's say it was today. Um, you can select a student name, and I'll show you how to get your drop-down list, and then type of contact, whether that was phone, Google Hangout, or you had something else to say. And I'll also show where you can just have that information open into a short answer. So first and foremost, many of you know on Power Teacher Pro, you can go down to the side where it says reports, and we have student roster. And you would select all of your classes, and then you would click run report, and down here you have your report queue. Now I'm not going to show you my student roster just because I'm not sure if that's like a confidentiality or anything like that. So I pretended like I opened this and copied it and pasted it into a spreadsheet. And so typically it would all be also alphabetical already, but I want to put all of my students together for this. That's because I have 6 different class periods, and I don't want to have 6 different Google Forms. I'm just going to be in contact with all students at all different times. So it's not like, oh, I'm in period 1 right now. Oh, I'm in period 2. I think this is going to be easier just to put all of your students together so you can just have that drop down list and scroll. And so I will just select that column. And what will happen is you've copied and pasted it in order. But if you want everything in order from A to Z, I just tap that with 2 fingers, and I'm clicking sort A to Z. And so now I have all of these students in alphabetical order. So I'm going to highlight that and press copy. Then I'm going to go over, and I'm going to make sure I have it where I want it before I even make it. I'm going to go ahead and make this form where I want to know that I can always find it. And so I go to that new button and go to more and create a Google form. So I'm going to title this, and I'm just going to try to do all of this kind of quickly. Student contact. And then here is where I'm going to write in, actually, instead of having multiple choice, I'm going to select date, and then I'm going to put date here. So that way I can just select all the different dates of whatever I am doing. And then I'm going to come down here after I've selected date. I'm going to press a plus sign, and this is where I'm going to put student name. And I'm not going to short answer this. I'm actually going to go down to drop down. So that's why I don't see every single student name. Whenever I click it, then it'll drop down. I copied from my untitled spreadsheet, and I'm going to press Control V, and I have all of my students there. From then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here. What is it that I want to do, of like form of contact or type of contact or contact or information, and hold on, honey. And then here I am either going to just go ahead and do short answers. I can put in whatever I want, or I can go down and do like a multiple choice where I could put like email, Google Hangout. And so how we helped that student. And this is to add, let's say, a teacher of record as well too, if you are making contact with those people, with the SPED teachers. So that way you can also log that contact too if you want. That's another way that you know, if I was working with Jerry, I could put Jerry's name here, and then I could put contact, and then whenever I had let's say that this was short answer of contacted Jerry about this particular student. And then the way, so I have this set up, and what that looks like is when I select down here, I can select the date as I showed you just a little bit ago. Since I did a drop down, I can go and pick the student name, and that was, let's say, Ashley, and I could type out was in Google Hangout, or needed help, had a question, or reached out to student because, you know, not responding, not turning in work. And let's say I say that, not turning in work, and I hit submit. And so I go back to my form and I do have my response in here. And so let's say once I've done several of those, now I can get all of my information in the spreadsheet, and then I can also, once again, sort that data by student. There's all sorts of different things I can do for that. Now, the way that I took this, and I have a bunch of them open, the way that I took this is in this preview. And I have that in view form. But the other thing that you can do is you can press send. You can get your link, Control C, copy that. And then I'm going to go ahead and Control V. I'm going to paste that in there. I'm going to go to my form. Now what I'm going to do is, and I can always go back through and edit this. What's going to be easier for me is I'm going to bookmark this. And maybe I put that e-learning bookmark. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press done. And maybe there was an easier way to do that, but I have my other bookmarks down here. I'm going to bring this student contact up to my bar, and where I got that from was over here. I have a lot of bookmarks. And so now anytime I just, let's say I just messaged a student, I go to the student contact form. It's right here. I click, I find that student, and then I type a little bit of information. Done. And I have that. Or I even can copy and paste. Let's say I wrote an email. I could even submit another response, and I could copy and paste that email into that into that information as well too. So I can keep that. And that way you can keep a nice record, and it can all get into a spreadsheet, and you can do whatever you need with that, or you can have it all in one place and share that with anybody who needs it, or you just have it for yourself. So let me know if you have any questions at all. I'd be very happy to help.